The first item is to authorize Police Chief Dennis Marsh to scrap 2 Crown Victoria vehicles. We had a question last time. Phil, do you know what he gets for this and how that works?
I don't, but he's looking to get some value out of it from the people he's scrapping it to. They're pretty well scavenged, but there's I mean, we agreed that there was value in the metal. So he's working on that now before he scraps it. I would say let's hold off and see where he is.
Oh, you don't want to? I mean, if he's working on it and he's going to find something,
okay.
I think just authorize.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Would you make a motion then? We authorize the Chief of Police Dennis Marsh to scrap 2 Crown Victoria.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We're all in order here, right, Council?
Yep.
As far as that's concerned.
That's fine.
Okay, the next one is, you'll see in your packet here, we've got a request from the Goshen Rotary Club for 2 police officers on from 7:30 in the morning till 10:30 in the morning on 7-3 to cover the Great American Weekend 5K run.
Hey, Phil?
Would someone like to make a motion that we authorize the chief to cover that?
I'll make it for discussion.
Right.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
But we had mentioned doing it with part-timers, and chief have any problem with that, or?
No, I had mentioned to keep it to a fair minimum, and he said he'll just put someone on for the period that's needed in the town. And he said also the patrols that are on will be able to go by and assist. So he's going to work it out with minimal cost.
You're better, he's got to give him 4 hours, though.
Yeah. Right.
But that's what I said, if you could do it with the part-time.
No, I'm just saying, because it says 3, but he has
No,
to
he's
do
got to
that.
give him 4, but,
Yeah.
you know, I mean.
Right, we have to protect the people.
Well, but it's versus 8 hours is what we're looking for.
Well, yes.
Sure. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Oh, wow, all right.
Now this next one, we talked last time about developing a plan for the Reservoir Road drainage, and I went ahead and for Lou and Phil and Dennis, I've got you a copy of the plans that Rick Associates put together. And so what I'd like to do outside this meeting then is that you all get together now, you've got your plans, and figure out when we're going to do this and who's going to be out there with them, and do we have you don't have your stack probably, it's in
I'll see the mail.
the mail.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'll have to check.
Oh,
And this is one of those things where we're going to need Olivia to sign off. We need to know what date we're going to do this, that, yada, yada, so,
Sure.
okay.
We also discussed, there's a plan to do the drainage and all that, but it doesn't mean, and I want to make sure, I might be wrong, it doesn't mean that we'll pay for the whole road from where it ends one place to the other place. You know what I'm talking about?
Right, as far as I'm concerned, it's drainage.
Yeah, I was going to ask that question, but that road is in front of our house is shot. And it is, you know, potholes for a number of years now, it's really.
Well, that's a different.
Okay, no,
Well, I think that we need to,
that was part of the plan, that's all.
hey, this may be part of the negotiations with her. She may say, well, I'll sign off on this, and you do that. Just work it out if you would, and,
we're working on it.
okay? This next one is really, it's interesting to me. Phil and I have been talking about this, and this is it's in your packet, analysis of the Goshen Town Court revenues. And I just looked at what the state of New York was keeping last year versus this year. And last year they kept 51.8% of the revenues. And this year they're keeping 55.7% of the revenues. And the current projection, we've got 5 months worth of data now, is that we're going to come out at 290,958 versus last year we collected 381,231. So it's a significant difference. I don't have it, here it is. When I was talking with Phil about this, I said, you know, Phil, what about the number of tickets that are being given. And he talked to his daughter, and she said, well, she thought it was lower this year than last year.
It has to be low.
So,
What?
well, so what I got here is I got a readout by officer for all the tickets, and this is state police, sheriff's department, town police, etc. And last year it was 3,823 year to date, and this year it's 3,026. So it's basically 800 tickets less. The bulk of these are the state police. Our town police are giving about the same, if not more. So, for whatever that's worth, and I know that the state police are cutting back. I don't know what number of officers they have or what it's all about, but...
But that those two amounts that you show there, which is a $91,000 difference, is not because of the 4% they're taking more, it's also because of the fact...
Combination.
You're writing less.
It's a combination.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a combination. And I don't know what these tickets are. I mean, when we plea bargain down, I mean, that's another item. What are they worth, you know? So if you had all that information, you could share right down to the dollar what the difference is. The point is that we had budgeted actually $350,000, so we're going to be $60,000. Just another place that we're not going to have the revenue that we anticipated. Okay, and by the way, and when I talked to the courts today about the formula and all that the state of New York uses, they won't share that with us. What we do is, here's what the data is, we send it off to them, and then they say, you send us so much money. We have no say in it. And am I surprised the state of New York's not taking a bigger share? Not really, not in today's environment.
It always seems to me that we do all the work and then the state gets the lion's share of the money.
Well, you sound to think they're getting fewer tickets.
Yeah. Fewer state troopers on the road.
Right.
That's what it hurts.
And yet they're getting a greater share. So it is what it is, but my concern is that we're going to be $60,000 if things materialize less than we had budgeted. Okay, the next one is, would someone like to authorize me to reapply actually, for a 211 waiver, to the New York State Board of Pensions for Chief Dennis Marsh, pursuant of the New York Retirement and Social Security Law.
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second. Now, since the last time we talked, I said I was going to call the person that's been coordinating all this. And he said resubmit the application for 211. So that's what I finished today is all together, and I'll be sending it out in the morning. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
You saw, okay.
Now, the next thing I want to talk, clarify to the public, through the paper or whatever it is, the Times Herald Record got it wrong. They've got this article, unless Phil, did you know anything about this?
Not a word. It's a surprise to me. I'm like, oh, okay. So.
It was a surprise to me too. I came in and read this today, and no sooner did I read it than the author of it called me and started clarifying. I said, no, you're wrong. And oh no, I'm right. I said, no, you're wrong. And so, anyway, here's the part that is incorrect. The state temporarily renewed Marsh's waiver in December on the condition that he would take the chief's test and interview for his own job by June 30. That is unequivocally wrong. Chief Marsh passed the test back in 2001. It's the level A chief's test. He passed it, he qualified, you don't have to be retested. The job is the chief's. Now, he can keep the job, and if he doesn't get a 211 waiver, then he'll do without his pension. It'll be suspended until he does retire. Or if the state elects to give him his waiver, he'll continue in the job with his pension. Nothing more, nothing less. And so that's the part that is incorrect in this, and I shared that with the
It's all in the
office.
state's hands.
It's all the
Yeah.
Board of Benefits and Pensions, that's correct.